crazy to think that it's even possible, but I wrote this a little while back and I left our business for 3 weeks so far at the time of this recording. And so I wanted to walk through how we tried to equip the team and ourselves to grow while I'm away. Hey, it's Scott Beebe with Business on Purpose, and this is going to be a unique couple sets of recordings, and then Thomas and I are going to talk later on. We'll put it on the podcast as well, and we'll have a back and forth because we delegated a lot of stuff to him and the other parts of the team, and you'll get their perspective as well, which I think will be really, really good. Listen, for too many business owners, it's a pipe dream scenario that would allow them to leave their business for 1 month while it not only continue, but hopefully even grow in their absence. And at the time I wrote this, we were in the middle of doing that. Now, I'm recording it on the back end because I didn't want to record it while I was away. I just wanted to write it because it was in my head. After a full spring of 2023 of working as a team to liberate more clients from chaos professionally and celebrating some of the major milestones for our family, our daughter's marriage, final child graduating, and a 25-year wedding anniversary, Ashley and I made a decision a while back that we would set up an epic adventure to lean into our family mission of being a light and creating space through wisdom, adventure, and time around the table. So on the last workday of June 2023, we left. And we would not return until the first workday of August. It's actually today, July 31st, 2023. So as I'm recording this, I'm actually reading to you something that I wrote a few weeks ago while we were in the middle of being gone. And so by leaving, I mean that I, the owner, have had no availability to the business team at all. Email, deleted from my phone. Slack, deleted from my phone. I never checked it. In fact, at the time I'm recording this, I still have not opened it. I'll do it later today, but I decided I was not going to open it until midday. I was going to allow the day to get started. The only correspondence with any team members or clients has been entirely personal to share pictures or stories of our adventure. Zero business talk or email. So the last 2 weeks of our time that we just came off of, I was going to do a small amount of designated client work in specific time windows that was planned well in advance, but really no business meetings for me in terms of the business team. So as the time that I created this, I trust that all things are going as planned, and I've only had a couple of conversations with team members this morning so far to get the rundown. Now, Ashley, my wife, runs our financial accounting. She's still working, and she has access to messaging, but I have asked her not to relay anything to me, good or bad. Now, it's been a joy, but not a picnic. There has been a challenge or two. The value of this time that we were away is that Ashley and I are enjoying time devoted to each other and in celebration of our 25 years of adventure while we plan and dream for the next season in some inspiring places that have become pillars of much of the world's modern culture. We walked, we read, we rested, and we had plenty to eat. Oh my goodness. Productivity thoughts try and creep into my mind, but a dear friend had prepared me with some thoughts that I began to recite on repeat when distractions would come into my mind. And one of those was a sobering truth that another mentor of mine shared with me back in 2015, actually the year we started the business. He said, Scott, God's favorite thing about you is not your productivity. Eesh, it stung when he told me that, and yet I'm grateful. I've been productive on this trip, but I've also been intentionally wasteful. It was another sobering thought that mentor gave me. The time away did not just happen. It was not a burned out, festered midlife crisis decided on a whim. It was planned. So I thought I'd share with you a few things that we set in motion prior to my leaving the business for 1 month. And I want to be very clear. At the time I'm recording this, I still don't know the full scope of what happened while I was gone. Again, I've got a little bits and pieces, but I'll know more by the end of today and by the end of this week. So I don't want you to think that I heard the outcome and now I'm sharing this with you. I wrote this 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm sharing it before I know the full scope. So a few things. Number one, we wrote down the desire that we had to go on this epic 25th year anniversary trip. We wrote it down. Don't skip that step. That's it. I won't belabor that point. We wrote it down. Write the vision down so that those who read it, including yourself, can run. The second thing we did is we ensured that we had a business team that was habitually working the systems and the processes that we already had in place, reviewing the vision, the mission, the values, following the financial processes, team meetings, coaches meetings, check-ins, handbook training, content writing, distributing, marketing, sales, etc. We have those systems for the most part written out, and the team was already following those before we left. Now, we have the majority of our business mapped out in our master process roadmap. It's our business on one sheet of digital paper. It's a must-have, and it must implement what you have. The third thing we did is we paid special attention to and updated our financial processes. One of the BOP coaches asked a few months back, what happens if something happens to both of you, meaning Ashley and I? In other words, how does payroll get processed? How do bills get paid and income get received? Well, we revised our financial process in recorded videos along with a 2-page financial playbook complete with contact names for each area of our financial wheel: payroll, bank, insurance, processors, CPAs, those sorts of things. These videos now are on a private hard drive in a secure place where one of our team members has access to in case of a legitimate emergency. Fourth, we communicated our plan about 3 months in advance, both to our team and to my direct clients. Every other month, we host a 1-hour vision day with our entire team via Zoom. And on a pre-scheduled Thursday afternoon, we all hop on a call, having asked every team member to already have skimmed through our written vision story. Then I come prepared with a series of green, yellow, and red flags based on our twice monthly directors meetings, where we're prompted to write some of those out. Green flags, things that are going well. Yellow flags, things we're aware of but not freaking out about. And then red flags, things we need to pay urgent attention to. So after gathering those over the course of our twice monthly directors meetings, I then share them with the entire team during each vision day. Now, during a vision day in the spring, we shared with the team our plan for me to be away from the business. So make sure that you set it up and communicate it very well. The fifth thing we did is we re-clarified our organizational structure prior to leaving with a focus on who's responsible for what. Now, we host an annual offsite team day for our entire team each year. This year, we prioritized time to work through a host of organizationally clarifying tools: a rebuilt org chart, new job roles, including my new CEO role, which I actually have sitting right over here, and clarifying responsibilities and expectations, all towards our mission of liberating owners from chaos to make time for what matters most. Now, everyone had insight and buy-in and a clear perspective on how communication happens, both internally, that's with us as a team, and also externally with our clients and our partners. Finally, I set everything to leave. I set up a clear email response. I sent a clear email to all of my clients, reminding them of our plans and how they get the support and the help they need while I'm away. I also texted them. I talked to them personally, email, all of those things. We sent a final video to our team while I was at the airport about to leave. I deleted email from my phone. Check. I deleted Slack, our internal messaging, from my phone. Now, it's not been easy, and it has not been a psychological beach with endless Mai Tais. It has been more abundant, more restful, more inspiring, and more enlightening than I expected. Now, at the time of the writing, I had 2 more weeks in some pretty amazing places that Ashley and I had never experienced. And it's been space filled with light to share adventure and wisdom and time around a variety of amazing tables, including Nico and Greta and our Airbnb host in La Spezia, Italy, who we would have never been able to meet and learned of their story if not from making a plan and implementing that plan. And so now we're back. I'm recording at this time that we're back, and I've got another podcast coming talking about how I'm re-entering and getting back into life as to not to overwhelm myself or the team. But for now, Teshuagara Dream and Arrivederci.